Civic Fd2. I have it for the day. So what we're going to do is, as ever, find a pub, find some B-roads and have a laugh in this thing. Massive thank you to the guys at Rev It Up as I get let out of here. Thank you so much, my friend. We are going to find some roads for this thing. I am so excited to be back in one of these because I haven't been in one in ages. And this one, as you can see, has some absolute goodies on it. So let's get some heat in the engine, some warmth in the tyres, find some B-roads and find a pub, because we love pubs. Fd2, a phenomenal car to bring to the channel. I've brought one of these before and I've literally just got to rev it up and said, can I take that out straight away, because it was poking its nose just outside the showroom and I had to grab it straight away just to enjoy this thing. I absolutely love the chassis, the way these cars come on VTEC. It's just a phenomenal experience, and as I said before in the last Fd2 I did on the channel, they feel like a new car but with the old school flair and flavour of a VTEC Civic underneath. This one, as you can see, has many Mugen goodies on it with a big J's Racing carbon fibre spoiler on the back. I do love the carbon bonnet with the white sort of going over at the sides with the white of the car. It has sort of a bronzy gold set of wheels on it, which at work emotions look so good in contrast with the white. That engine though, I love the engines in these. Whoever sat down at Honda and said we need to put that engine in this size chassis, hats off to you, because it meant that the guys that loved their Civics, when they had to grow up basically and needed space for their kids, they could. It was a 4-door Civic, just made with the Type R logoing and that glorious engine, which just performs exactly how you want it to be. The old school flair and flavour in one of these cars cannot be beaten by new cars. You drive one of these and it's just a bit more aggressive, a little bit more exciting. It just reminds you of the old school excitement of a naturally aspirated engine. Redline. These cars, I love them. I absolutely love them. If you haven't ever driven one of these, they're exactly how you want them to feel. So say your K20's EP3 Type R, it's that, but feels a little bit newer, has the chuckability of it, it has the poised excitement that you want. Turnability as well. The front end on these is so light with this beautiful steering wheel. They are a chuckable 4-door that you can get your kids in the back of, so you can take your kids to school and jump in this thing down the B roads to just love life on the way home. The heel and toe braking you can do on one of these as well, so you've got the brake and the accelerator is so close to it that you can flip it whenever you fancy, just like the old school Civics. And that's the thing, this feels old school and it's a little bit newer than, you know, than the old school stuff that you can buy. Oh, it's just so poised, so poised. I just love the blippiness of it. Like, you can shut it up and put it in high gear and just cruise about and be in comfort. These seats, very comfy. Type R interior in this with the red just here, very nice. Has to be done. You got to have the championship white with the red interior. But the bucket seat's really comfortable, nice and big in here. There's a lot of space here. I forgot how much space there actually is. You've got quite a small handbrake down here as well. Again, if you've never seen one of these, and I'll show you around the walk around, there's a lot of space here, and this actually has a higher gear knob as well, so your position from the steering wheel to the gear knob is very close. Obviously makes for great B-road bashing. In front of me you have your speed higher than the rev, so you can look down and see the revs, but just above that, there is its own screen with VTEC just at the side there, and you get this sense that it was designed around the driver to have as much fun as he wanted and as much experience with the drive, but with the accessibility of kids, big boot, and all that good stuff. It's the perfect in the middle. If you love your Hondas and you have to grow up a little bit, but you don't really want an Accord, this is the car to buy. So guys, let's take a quick look around this Honda Civic Fd2. Now, I've actually just pulled over in an industrial state because I was going to a pub, but then I carried on down a B road because I was enjoying this car so much, and now I'm lost and I've just stopped at the industrial estate. So bear with me on this one because I'm literally in a random location because I was having so much fun in this. Honestly, the VTEC and just the cornering and everything in this is phenomenal. So let me break it down for you. This is a 2007 Honda Civic Fd2. It has, basically, if you go back through the channel, I did a sort of full spec list on what these are, and if you don't know what they are, what engine they have, and power, brake horsepower, and power output, and all that sort of stuff. So revert back to that video if you want any of the spec lists. But if you do know your Fd2s, you know full well what these cars have in them and what they are capable of. Phenomenal cars. But going through this one, it has a carbon fibre bonnet just up here with vents in it, and I love the carbon weave just coming up into this grille at the front, obviously with the championship white paint job. Looks so good, so good. Coming down to these work emotion wheels in sort of a copper bronze with the red Brembos behind brake calipers. Such a JDM feel going on here with the carbon, the white, those coloured wheels with the red brake calipers. I've left the window down so you guys can see just inside the Type R seats, which are sort of suede here with a fabric insert. The dash is so cool though, so you've got this double stack where you've got actually the rev gauge here and then a speedo at the top so you can watch your speed literally just above the steering wheel. Love the steering wheel on these as well, and the short throw, because this one has a lengthened gear knob from the steering wheel to the gear knob. Love that. Definitely a modification that I would do. This also has big window deflectors on it as well, which is another one of them JDM things. If you're into JDM stuff, you would definitely have those on it. Coming around to the J's Racing carbon fibre wing on the back of this, which gives it so much more purpose, I think. Love the idea of the carbon front with the white and then the carbon rear, but also coming down with this carbon J's Racing spoiler, which looks so aggressive. It actually has a carbon diffuser going all the way round the bottom at the back. Type R logo in as well with the red Honda badges. And I love the look of this. It's just so much more aggressive than you would normally see them with the spoiler and the diffuser all in carbon. Love the look of this thing. Coming around though, the white is just so JDM. It's so Honda with the red logoing on the R. But what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to bore you guys too much with a walk around. Let's get back out there, let's go and enjoy this thing, and let's find that pub that I was going to. I really think the Civic fans will appreciate this car, because if you've ever been around one or had the pleasure of blipping one down a B road, you know exactly what I'm talking about, where you get this sense that the thought was in the underneath. They just took the shell, you know, the Civic shell of the four-door, but really made it into something really special. And that's what it feels like. You drive through, as we come into a little town, into a 30 limit, you get a sense of occasion and an excitement in this car, and I love that. I love that you don't have to really be on it to need to love this thing. It just feels special. Driving it around your local town, it feels a little bit more exciting than any of its rivals. And let's talk about rivals. What are its rivals? Leave a comment below. Subaru Imprezas, Evos? I don't think so, because they're all four-wheel drive turbocharged monsters. This is the naturally aspirated Civic, but with the four-door accessibility, the blippiness again, blip down into second, cruise into a corner. Little five in the front end. I love these cars. The chuckability, the precision, the interior as well. Such a classic JDM feel in here with a swooping dash. This steering wheel as well, which again, I've already said, absolutely love steering wheels in these. Type R logoing everywhere as well with that white paint. It just looks so cool, and especially this one with the carbon accents and stuff. Ticks every box in my book. Just the fun factor of this car and they pull a bit more of a premium, I'd say, because of what they are. And this one especially has mountains of stuff on it. It's got every lovely little touch that any JDM Honda fanboy would absolutely love from going and driving, you know, newer stuff. I love these little cars, they're so good, so chuckable, so exciting. And again, if you are in the market for one of these, get one that is just nice, just a nice version, not too rusty, good mileage. Like this one's prime example, it's got loads of bits on it. So someone's actually loved this car so much, enough to spoiler on the back and put the bonnet on it and the nice wheels and just make it exciting JDM 4-door for your family to enjoy. If you have a family, chuck them in the back, you put it into 6th and it shuts up and it's just a glorious daily. And you can drop it into 3rd, come on VTEC and just chuck it into any B road. I really forgot how good these little cars were, and they are worth every penny. Every penny. This would be the car that you would go for if you were to get yourself into more of a daily routine of going to work, taking the kids to school, put them to school, 60-mile-an-hour roads. Biggest smile on your face. Simple engineering from people that really know how to build cars. This gives me such a sense of fizz. Fizzy. I love it. Proper car. So I'd like to thank the guys at Rev It Up UK for letting me take this glorious FD2 out for a drive today. I've absolutely loved every second of it. Just enjoying the B roads, a little bit of town driving, going to the pub. You know how we do it on this channel. We always go to the pub when we have beautiful cars like this. Anyway guys, I'm going to crest VTEC into a B road on the way back to Rev It Up. I'd like to thank you so much for watching. Remember, hit up fydapparel.com for all your FYD needs. That's how we keep this channel motivated, moving. I'm going to go off into VTEC now. I'll see you guys later.